Okay, now we're at problem 3 of homework 1-2, and the headline should be outputting an input string. Now, I think I accidentally had this as problem 2, even though it was the third problem listed, but it's problem 3. Anyway, the third problem listed should say this: how do you input in a statement with how do you output a statement with an input of string? The input is printed at the end of the sentence. Please write an example code. So I wrote this here, scanner.newScanner.in. But before I give you the answer, let's go ahead and start coding. So let's open JGrasp and go ahead and delete all this stuff. Okay, so and we're just going to start over. Okay, and I will show you, what's going on. The first thing we want to do is, if it's an input, first thing we write is scanner. We're just going to ask or ask you question. Let's just put ask Q, or you can put question. Let's just put Q. QAS, whatever you want to write. I like ask, so we'll just put ask. And ask is equal to new scanner system in semicolon. Okay. Now the instructions are: how do you output a statement? It should be this is my English error. Apologize. How do you output a statement with an input of string? And the input is printed at the end of the sentence. So, in other words, you're going to ask the user a question. User is going to input a value of type string, whatever it is, and then it's going to be the result of that is going to be put at the end of the sentence. So here we go. Okay, system out, and I'm going to put, you can put what is your name, but we can say, what is your favorite color? Okay. And then after scanner, we put string. Okay. Fav color is equal to ask dot next, open parentheses, close parentheses, semicolon, system dot out dot print line. Okay. My favorite color is space. Have color. Very easy. Okay. Now I want to show something here. Now some of you, oftentimes when you code, you do this. Okay, but we'll address that in a second. Let's put a space between the is and the quotation marks. Save the program. Compile. Run. Oops, what happened there? And run. What is your favorite color? Sorry about that. Let's do this again. Let's escape. Let's put it. I messed up. Let's do this again. Anyway, let's save it. That's what happens. What I did was, and many of you do this, you compile it, and before it finishes compiling, I ended up running it. So once it says operation complete, then you run it. If it doesn't, if this statement does not come up, then don't run it, and you'll have the error that I did. So we'll do this again. Red. My favorite color is red. Now red is at the end of the sentence. Okay. Now here, if you noticed, it's whatever the quotation marks are plus. Here's your input. Okay. Now this plus sign is an addition sign, but it doesn't do a computation. When it's inside these braces, it's pretty much saying, okay, I want to put the input next to whatever the ending is here. Now, some of you do this. You do this a lot, okay? And I'm going to show you something. Let's take the space away from that quotation marks and is, okay? And I'm going to save it. I'm going to compile it. And I'm going to run it. What is your favorite color? You put red. Make it simple. It's 3 letters. And look, my favorite color is red. This is in red is now jumbled up. Just as we have it here, there's no space. So the computer is not going to know that you want a space. So you have to tell, oh, okay, before I put the next word in, I need a space. Boom, space. Okay. Save. Compile. Run. Favorite color, red. My favorite color is red. Okay? Now, part 2 says, how do you output a statement? It should be again, I don't, poor English. How do you output a statement with an input of string? Okay? But the input is printed at the beginning of the sentence. Please run an example code. Okay? So, here we go. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to system.out.println my favorite. I really don't. I'm not. Whatever you want to apologize. Let me go. Let me read the question again. I forgot the question. This is pretty bad. How do you output a statement with input a string? Input is at the beginning of the sentence. So we want basically the input at the beginning of the sentence. So we're going to put fav color. It has to be in the beginning, right? Plus sign. Okay. My favorite color is. Okay. Compile it. I'm sorry, save it. Compile. Run. Favorite color? Red. Red, my favorite color is. Now, watch this. This is the magic here. Notice there's no space between red and my, and this is really not real English anyway. So, the space there, as you can see, whatever you put in, like I made that error, whatever I put in that print line is going to get printed, even a space. Okay? What is your favorite color? Red. Red, my favorite color is. Okay? So you see the first sentence says, my favorite color is red. Here, red, my favorite color is. Alright? Now, part 3 says, okay, how do you output a statement with an input of string? Again, the same question. However, this time, the input is printed in the middle of the sentence. Please write an example code. Again, we want to put it in the middle of the sentence. Okay, so how do we do that? Okay, so here, I'm going to put some comments down. I'm going to put input at the end of the sentence. Okay, and you should really do the same thing. Input at the beginning of the sentence. So now the input is in the middle of the sentence. System dot out dot print line. I don't know, somewhere in the middle, whatever the middle is. My favorite. I'll just say that's the middle. Okay? Plus have color. Color. Oops, I keep messing up here. I want to know, you notice me messing up and this code's going off. Guess what? That is natural. So if you are, like, oh, this, I'm not printing this correctly, it's a perfectly natural thing. Just make sure you correct. Everyone's going to make a mistake while they code. Even the top guys that code make errors. So if you make an error, hey, you're just like everyone else. Okay? Compiling is complete. Run. What is your favorite color? In red. Okay? Here you can see my favorite color is red. Input is at the end of the sentence. Here you can see red, my favorite color is. Input at the beginning of the sentence. And here you can see system.out.println. My favorite red color is. Your input now is in the middle of the sentence. Okay? So now you're going to say input in the middle of the sentence. Okay? Save. Real easy problem. So this concludes your homework. This concludes problem 3 in your homework. Please stop the video. We're approaching the end of the video. Please stop and review the video and practice.